Welcome back to the Huge Boob Corner. I am Peter McLean, your host, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been doing everything to help promote and support the show. So if you enjoy the show, make sure to please like, share, and subscribe so that we can keep growing. Now, today, my guest is an extraordinarily gorgeous and very tall and beautiful woman with amazing boobs, and I'm very happy to have her on the show. I would like you to welcome Ariana Starr.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad that we were able to fit this in. I know that you tend to, you're a very busy person.
Yes, I love to travel.
So,
thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. And we'll talk about some traveling stuff later.
Okay.
But I just wanted to start in on your career. And so when I was talking to Don, he was telling me that you just got started about 2 years ago.
Right. Yeah. My 2-year mark's in April.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So how'd you get started?
So it was during 2020. I was a bartender at a strip club, so I couldn't work. And then I was watching a documentary on Netflix about my first agency. And then I was just like chickening out until whatever 2 years ago was. Mm-hmm. And yeah, then I finally did it and here I am.
What was the process like? Did you contact somebody or like, did you contact a company or did you just start shooting your own content and then you got,
So no. So like, I just like applied online.
Oh,
like a
that's
job.
simple.
Yeah. I like sent in some pictures, like proved that I was like over 18, and then like I got a text or something.
Did you apply to a company to shoot with, or did you apply to like a management company?
No, like an agency. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went with the agency first.
Yeah.
So what was your first shoot that you did?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember if it was, I do remember. It was Family Strokes.
Okay.
And wait, what is it? It's like, anyways, it was Family Strokes, but I have like a lot of people who say that they know me from that one specifically, which is so funny because it's like my first one. So it's like not my proudest.
You don't think it's your best work?
Right. But that one, yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it interesting that even in 2 years that you look at your earlier scenes and you notice things about the way you performed back then versus how you are now?
Oh, 100%. Like I can definitely like see a difference, like the confidence for sure. Like I'm not young, but like when I look at the older things, I'm like, whoa, like, I had like no boobs, like, nothing. It's just like, it's crazy how like over a year and a half things can change. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, would you be able to estimate how many scenes you've done or how many
So I've done quite a few, but I have like a lot that are not released yet.
Okay.
Like I have 4 browsers that
really?
Yes, and they're not released. Like one of them's an ad scene. I don't know. So maybe they hate me. Maybe they
I don't think it's that.
maybe they hate me and they don't want
they shoot so much. I mean, they have so much content that they have. When did you shoot them all like kind of close together? Or was it they were all different times?
No, and like it's crazy because I've lost like a lot of weight in between each. So I mean, thank God I have tattoos so you can like tell like that's actually me. But
yeah.
I think from the first one I've lost like 30 pounds.
Really?
Yeah. So like it won't even look like me.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember. Oh, and it was like it was the cutest one. I was with who was I with? Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. I'll remember it in a second. But anyways,
the plight of a male performer.
Right. Yes. Ricky
Johnson?
Yes, Ricky Johnson. And he was Ken. And I had like gotten him for like a little toy. And it was so cute. I haven't seen it yet. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I make this joke that they have it in a vault and they just like use it to make fun of me. Yeah. No, they just use it to like make fun of me. They're like, this girl is like crazy.
No. Well, I'm just wondering, is that something like your publicist or your manager, like they can actually reach out and be like, hey, do you have an update from when you're going to release these? Or is it?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, or is it like the browsers might not really have they don't know if they actually have like a set release schedule. Like my episodes are all planned out.
Right.
Like, so.
I'm not really quite sure how that works, but also like, I don't think it's my place to ask. You know what I mean? Like, when is my scene going to come out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to like be ignorant and just think that like, it's because they're waiting for something.
For the right moment.
Yeah. But I mean, shit, they brought me back like 3 times.
Yeah. So if they didn't like you, they wouldn't have brought you back.
Exactly. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
So that first scene that you did, were you really nervous in that first time?
Oh my God, I almost, yes, I was so nervous. Yeah, just because it's browsers,
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about for Family Strokes, the one that your very first scene. Oh my God,
yes. I was so nervous. And that was like one that had like a lot of dialogue. I do like
Okay.
a lot of gonzo scenes.
Okay, but you actually had to do a script on this one.
Right. And that was not a little challenging. That was very challenging. Like
Okay.
I smoke like a lot of weed. So like my like remembering is like not great. But yeah, I was super nervous.
Okay.
But everyone was like super chill. And I mean, I guess it did well.
Yeah.
But
Is it one of your most popular scenes still?
I think so. My best friend gets on me about this all the time. Like I don't look myself up. Like I just
You're not obsessively looking at your view count.
right. And it's like I know that I'm gonna see like mean comments. So why would I look at like this is literally my world. Like if I don't see it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
in my little world, everyone's obsessed with me and loves me. But yeah, I think that is one of my my most popular ones.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, because because Brazzers is probably considered one of the top, if not the top
Exactly.
name at this point. So to go from like how fast after, or what was the length of time when you did your first scene to when you first shot with them?
Like how long was I in the industry?
Like from like was it a couple of months? Was it like a year when was it pretty soon?
That's a great question. I want to say it was like a little bit before my year mark, but before my year mark, I got my tits done. So I took like 4 months off. So if we like, like PEDMOS minus, I would say like 6 months.
Okay.
Like, in the industry.
Okay.
But yeah.
And that's like going from shooting like a small indie film to working with like Paramount or Universal. It's
and
like,
working with Ricky, like that's like
he's an iconic performer. Yeah,
exactly. And like that's who you're gonna give. And I was just like so nervous. I was so nervous, but I think it went well. And there was such a nice face fucking scene. Like I know it looked so good. And I just want to see it. Like I just want to see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I want to see like, and also like the clout's always nice too. But like, but yeah.
Do you like, some people get self-conscious watching themselves on camera. Is that like, do you like to watch yourself? Just not like, where you might look at yourself in a way that's maybe like, oh, I could have done this, or oh, I like how that looks. Like you're more analytical about it as opposed to, because I've had some guests that they get turned on by watching themselves.
Right.
So, where do you stand on the watching yourself scale?
I think it just really depends on like who I'm with, you know? Like, I mean, I've for sure gone off to like my porn before, like for sure.
Yeah.
But like also I like to watch it too, like where I could improve, like if I'm looking this way in the camera, you know what I mean? Just like stuff like that. But I'm not gonna like sit down and like study it. Like it's also
you're making notes.
Right. And like it's hard for me to even what's it called? Like edit my stuff because like I just like don't want to sit there and like watch it, and I'm just like,
and you have to keep rewatching it and rewatching it to the point where you're like, oh, I've seen this so many times.
Right. And like I remember exactly what was going through my head, which like usually like it's like something random because I never really remember like doing a scene. Like I just kind of like it always just like happens, and then I always think that it's bad and it ends up being like fairly good, like 98% of the time. Okay. So I don't know, maybe I'm just self-conscious. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah.
No, it's all right. Was there something that did you ever think about doing it? So before you started it, was there something that you thought, when you were younger, like, oh, this would be kind of cool to do, or might be interested in doing this?
Yes, for sure. I always knew. So I didn't know this is what I wanted to do, but I remember being like in middle school and I had gotten detention for some fucking reason. And the music teacher was trying to like shame me and he was like, well, what do you want to be when you get older? And I go, I want to be a stripper, which is so funny because I hate stripping. Yeah. I hate stripping, but I'm like, yeah, like I want to get fucks on camera. Like, I escort, like all that shit. Like, but yeah, no. So I think I always knew like I wanted to just like be and look pretty, but I didn't want like a sugar daddy, like I've always been super independent. So like it just kind of
sex work was a good fit.
Exactly, yeah.
So, well, and especially now that there's so many avenues where you can be your own, essentially it's your own business.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm very grateful that like I'm living in like this time. Yeah. When it wasn't so, when it's not so, say, production company dependent and everything. So you can, because you make your own content, right? You on like OnlyFans and stuff? Okay. Yeah. So yeah. But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so how does that differ in terms of when you shoot with a company versus when you make your own stuff?
Honestly, I don't really think like it. Like there's more people. Like I think I get like the same vibes, you know.
Okay.
Like it's just camera.
Yeah.
You know, it's in your shit. But like also, I feel like I've come to the realization too is that like with a lot of OnlyFans creators, which I kind of want to get into too, they're kind of like making it their brand. Like they're they're taking it like seriously, and they're shooting it like they're doing pretty girl pictures, nude, like you know all of the stuff before. So it's kind of like I'm just doing that, but like for a smaller company and for free.
Yeah.
You know, and then I also get it. So I guess it's like, I mean, I don't mind it.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So, well, because I know some people say that when they do OnlyFans, they have more creative freedom to do the certain kinds of scenes that they would choose to do.
Yeah.
But you said, so do you prefer doing gonzo scenes over, say, scripted scenes?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it just because of the dialogue situation?
100%. Yes. 100%. And like, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just get so awkward, like you know, and it's just
doing line readings.
Yes, and it's just like I don't know.
Can we just get to the fucking part?
Well, no. When I did my first, or I think it's my only girl scene right now for Team Skeet. It's called On Diked. What was I just saying? Oh my god. Oh yeah, there was like. It had like a lot of dialogue. And there was this one part where I shit you not, we had to talk about this TV show.
Okay.
Obviously nothing on the TV. TV was for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Like it was the most like painful.
Like idle chat. You're just talking about like you just.
Yes. Like,
that is nothing scene related.
It
doesn't lead into anything.
Nothing. Like it leaded into me like getting up and walking to the kitchen.
Okay.
It was like no, let me like gag on some like dick and get on with my day. Yeah. But
were you thinking like in the middle of this like, what are we doing? Like,
literally,
come on.
No, literally so.
Do you think your co-star was thinking the same thing, or do you think she was a little more into the?
No, she's super good at scripts.
Okay.
So I think that was like, it was honestly for me, it was easier because I got to like go off of her.
Yeah.
You know, so I was very thankful to like have her as like a scene partner. But no, she did great. Like she didn't I was the one. Like I was the problem.
It's like an acting class.
No, literally, but like you know, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, right. So in the time that you've been doing it, what has been your favorite thing about doing sex work?
Well, in the porn, it's the fucking dicks, man.
Really?
Like, yes. Like, I'm like, it's not even a joke at this point. I don't think I can ever like go back to just a normie. Like, I don't think that like I could ever date a normie. Like, I don't think I'd be happy. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, like,
yeah.
I also just like don't have like that desire for like an emotional connection like that. But like, yeah, I love the dicks. Like it's crazy getting like good dick. Like I feel bad for people who have like never experienced that. Like when I asked like my civilian friends, like, you know, like was the sex good? And they tell me, oh my God, it was like so good. Like in the back of my head, I'm like, what? Well,
and I'm sure everybody's everybody's different in terms of what they like and how they feel. So
but it makes me sad because I'm like, you don't like, I want like, it's like, I want to like
share that.
Yeah, literally. Like I want you to experience this too, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, but I know women like different sizes though. I mean, some like them bigger, some like them more average. Like it just all depends.
Right. Like I don't like them like massive, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there are some that's just not it. But like, you know, a good, I don't know, like a good like 8 or 9's good.
Okay. That's not massive to you. That's solid.
Like, you know.
That's average.
But like I love a girth too. But you know, it could depend. Like, I mean, it also depends on like how much like I'm into, you know?
Yeah.
Like
so that would count a little more for you if you actually had more chemistry. And
like if I was like,
you were really into the person.
Right.
You might give them a little more, you know, not you won't. Okay.
Or if like or if shoot with them often, you know, like I know them, you know, because it's still like weird. Like, you know, like you're meeting someone for the first time all the times. You're like, all right, like, hey, like we're going to fuck. You know, but if you know someone, I feel like it's just easier and you can just like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was that something that you had to get used to, this idea that you basically meet a guy and then like 5-10 minutes later you're having sex?
Oh, no.
For work?
Oh no,
Oh, okay,
because I
okay.
escort. So
Okay, okay, okay.
it was
So
just
that was all right.
Yeah, that was totally fine. It was more of just like someone else being there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Doing the filming and doing the
right.
Okay.
And yeah, and I thought it was gonna be like way weirder than it was, but
Okay.
I'm like, I mean, you have to think these people are seeing like people getting fucked all day. Like
They're probably they're at a point where to them it's just work.
literally, they're like, oh my god, let's go.
It's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna be doing that, you're gonna be doing anal, gangbang, whatever. It's just okay. We got to make sure. Yeah, I just want to get home and
to my wife and kids.
Yeah, just want to relax.
Literally,
like any job.
That's literally what it is. Yeah.
So people have this idea that it would be this amazing, which I'm sure in a lot of ways it is. It's not a boring office job.
Right.
But again, no matter where you are, you get used to things.
Right.
So if you do it so much, then eventually you're just gonna, it's what you do.
100%. Yeah.
So aside from the dicks, then nothing else that like is your favorite stuff about it, or just
yeah, like the money is nice too.
Oh, yeah.
Like honestly, like it's just very materialistic things. Like I don't. I mean, like let's be so for real. Like if this didn't help me in my if this didn't help me in my escorting, I wouldn't do it. Just because I don't. First of all, I don't make that much on my sites. You know what I mean? Yeah. I also don't put that much effort into it. My bad, guys. Sorry. Like I will work on it. I'll try. But I've been saying that for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I wouldn't do it, but it's not like a passion of mine. But like I like it because of the exposure. Okay, and you do meet some like really really cool people. I'm not gonna say that, but yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. Well, and it's also you're in an environment where you can talk to people pretty openly about what you do, and you don't have to worry about like potentially getting judged or
100%.
Because obviously you meet a lot of people that aren't in the industry, and some might be cool with it, and other times, I mean, not like it would matter to you because some people don't care. Yeah. But it is nicer, I think, when you're in an environment where you can just go full detail with certain things, and people, and not only do they understand it, they've experienced it, and they can you can have a real conversation about it,
and then they don't try to like ask you questions about it. Like that's, I feel like that's the most annoying part because I've come to like, I used to tell everyone.
Sorry, I don't mean to be annoying.
No,
I know.
But no, I have started not even telling people. I used to be like, oh my God, yeah. And then like, it's just, I tell people I'm a real estate agent because because it's like I don't have the time to be like, oh my God, how did you get into that? Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do that. And it's just like, or the like okay, like, but I just so I'm a real estate agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. So.
So, do you have any favorite types of scenes that you've done?
Let's see.
Like I know you like Gonzo, you like doing Gonzo more,
but my favorite scene was with Cliff and Steve, and it was actually an OnlyFans collab, but it was a DP, a Vag DP.
Okay.
Oh my God. It was like, first of all, it's my highest viewed one on Pornhub. I think it's at like 5 million views or some shit right now. Nice. Yeah. And then also it was fucking awesome. I love those two men. They're so cool. I love them.
Nice.
So yeah, it was just a whole vibe. Like I want to do it again. I'm just like I've been so swamped with like life.
Yeah. Do you get any revenue from Pornhub views, or is it just like exposure you're getting from Pornhub?
I mean, I don't really know. I think it's just like exposure. I'm sure that you could get paid from it, but
like in a YouTube way, like you get so many views and it translates into maybe like a couple cents per view.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. I
mean, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be like really nice, but I'm not even up there to like get my little 5 cents a month, and, and take it.
Well, it'd be more than that, I'm sure. But so was that your first time ever doing double vaginal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and was that something that you would wanted to do like, prior to that, just whether it was on camera or off camera?
Yeah, like yes, absolutely. My favorite porn to watch is DP, like anal and vag. Okay. But I can't do anal like that. So it literally like it's like so it's sad. It's really fucking sad. And it's like they're always gangbang anal or DPs. And I obviously can't do it. So it makes me like tear. Like it makes me so sad.
That you just like physically you just can't.
It's just like anal. I'm not like an anal pro yet.
Okay.
I just wish that it came naturally.
Yeah.
But
was it something that you might try to
Oh,
work towards?
100%. 100%. It's just the whole me actually literally sitting down and doing it.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of prep.
Exactly.
It's like there's like a 2-day prep.
Literally. And like these guys like aren't like small.
No. It's
like you know, like those are there's not a lot in there, but I've seen like super small girls be able to do it. So like
it's possible.
It is possible. I just got to like believe in myself. Like I can do it when I'm drunk. I'm drunk.
Interesting.
No problem. Like, you know.
Is it because you're loosened up a little more?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably because I'm just. I'm like, I want to do that.
Whatever,
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't even drink anymore. So.
All right. So again, because I was gonna actually ask then, you know, if you prefer, you know, doing your own content versus shooting with a company. So I don't know if it sounds like, you know, you like the company environment because they have the whole setup and everything, but. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a preference then?
I like each for like their own reasons. I like the studio work because, you know, exposure, but I like doing content because I get to fuck hot people and then like sell it.
Well, and you get to choose who you work with.
Exactly. Like, I always make this joke. I'm like, asking someone to collab nowadays is just like the new, hey, like, are you down to fuck? Like, and it really is. Cause like, I'll be like, you know, on my Twitter and I'm like, hey, you want to collab? And it's just like people I just want to fuck, you know? Like I have so much.
And you can make some money off of it.
Right. Like I have so much content like in my vault, like just that I need to edit, but it's, I just wanted to fuck. I just wanted to fuck, you know?
And it was under the, it was like, oh yeah, this is for content.
Literally, yes. So
well, have you ever had like, because I mean, do you have sex that's not content related and not work like in the sense where
like for fun?
Yeah.
No.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't have time.
Well,
I really don't have time.
Yeah,
and like, I mean, like when I go to like LA or like, I don't think I have anyone here, but whenever I go to like LA, I have like, you know, my like 2 favorite dicks that I see, you know, see which one's available, you know, sometimes look at like a little text like, hey, are you in town? And I'm like, no. But yeah, I mean, like I'll do that for like for fun, but it's only with like those 2 dicks.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So, but because you're so programmed now, it's like, okay, you know, good sex that can.
Right. It's like, filmed. I have to do, like, I'm doing this, you know what I mean? I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, so do you just like set up a phone or a camera, like, and then it's just a static shot the whole time?
So, yeah, I mean, that's most of my stuff or POV, but I've been wanting to do more of another camera person.
Okay.
Just because, like, I think it looks better. And also, I'm like kind of over just collabing with people to collab. Like, I want to collab to make like good content or content people want to see. Like, some of the stuff that I have or even have up, I'm just like, this is not my best work, you know? And like, so I need to take all that down. But yeah, so I just think that I'll appreciate it more and like take it more seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you actually get like a photographer with the lighting and all that stuff. All right. So, so aside, because we talked about you wanting to do anal, are there other things that you hope to be able to do in the future?
I want to do a gangbang.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Gangbangs, glory hole. I've wanted to do a glory hole for years. I don't know why, but I want to do one of those. And then like all the anal stuff eventually. But yeah, definitely. Oh, I also want to do to transgender. Like that, like biphoria, please get me on there. I have been DMing, I have been adding them. Like I want to shoot for them like so bad. But yeah. And then I want to do like, so biphoria, like bi. Okay. Yeah, because like I'm into that. So
nice. All right. Yeah. So you got some stuff that you can look forward to.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
I just need to be booked for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure you will. It's just a matter of time. I mean, you're still. I mean, I don't know if almost 2 years is still considered pretty new, but then again, it's interesting because I feel like 1 year in the adult industry can be like 5 years in regards to like. Because you can shoot so much stuff in 1 year. Right.
And I feel that like, and you can, but I also feel like people who like live there, and I go there like so limitedly. But I mean, like I'm always able to travel, but it's just easier if it's like, hey, Sally is here. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So, so I wanted to switch gears a little bit and talk about the fact that you're an Amazon woman, very tall.
Thank you.
Is something? Were you always, tall? Okay.
I was always the tallest, like in my class. Yeah. Or at least girl.
Okay. Was that something that, did that how did you feel about that? Was it something that you were self-conscious about?
Oh,
or
100%.
Okay.
Like I was so, because guys don't like grow and like until they're
we
like
try.
like but,
No, women grow fat sooner, I think.
And I'm
taller
6'1", you know what I mean? So like it's awkward. And this was like, but I act like I'm so fucking old, but this was like before social media, when you can like see other people, like like Explore page.
Yeah.
So I just always felt like awkward and blah blah blah. Like my first boyfriend, there's a picture somewhere, but he had to be like 5'6", 5'7", and there's like a picture of us. There's a picture of us like holding hands, walking together, and it was actually the day I lost my virginity. I remember that.
Oh,
anyways,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, but
nice.
We were walking together, and the height difference is insane.
Was just
like. Yeah, but I used to be super self-conscious about it. And then one day I was like, well, I can't change it. Might as well embrace it.
Yeah.
And then, then.
Do you think that intimidated a lot of guys?
Probably. I feel like a lot of men have like really big egos. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's a matter of maybe thinking that we should have some sort of physical dominance in a way.
Yes,
like we need to be bigger or taller.
Right.
Whereas, and there are a lot of women, like I have a cousin, she's 5'10", and she would say, I don't date guys under 6'3", because she wanted the guys that she was with to be tall, enough tall, not just like taller, but so she can wear like little, heels.
Absolutely.
And actually still not tower over.
Absolutely.
But then there's some that are, that they don't mind a shorter guy, and it's not so I don't know. Where do you stand on that?
I mean, it'd be cool to have like a taller boyfriend, but like it's
NBA
not.
player.
I mean, like, yeah, like that'd be cool, like the whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like he has to be taller than me. Like, I mean, as long as your dick game's good and like you let me hoe, like you let me like, as long as your dick game's good, you let me hoe.
Yeah.
And you're cool.
He treats you well,
right? Like that's all that matters.
Okay,
like, so it's cool if he's tall, like, but it's not like
it's not a deal breaker for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, because it is for some. Like I've noticed that with women, in my experience, they are less, I think, superficial than men can be in terms of looks.
Right.
But the two things I've found that tend to be the most common deal breakers in that area are height and hair.
Hair, interesting.
Like, because a lot of women don't want to date a guy who's bald or balding, and
okay. I never thought about that. Okay.
Yeah, well, it might, because I've talked to women before. They're like, oh, he can't be losing his hair. He can't be doing this. I'm like, that's a tall order, because there's no way that a guy can know if he's going to lose his hair.
Literally.
Like, that's genetic. That's something that we just don't know is going to happen until it starts happening. But, and we don't have like a Hollywood situation where we can just put on good hair pieces.
What are those things called? A toupee?
Yeah. But like actors, for instance, that can have, that have the means of having basically a 24/7 stylist that can keep their hair, like John Travolta.
Right.
He's been bald for, I think, decades now, but he has really good hair pieces.
Right.
So anyway.
Or the hair transplants or whatever.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
But that's something that men are really self-conscious about.
I believe it. And like how men say things about women say things about, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's our, it's like if the roles were reversed, like that's the, the equivalent, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because for a guy, it's almost like, we don't care how good they are in bed almost if they are hot enough. For a lot of guys, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because it's a different thing for us, since for us getting off is not as difficult.
Right.
Usually. It can be.
Usually.
It can be, but I think ultimately though, it definitely, because I think looks can definitely wear off if the person's not like a good person to be around, if they don't treat you well.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't care how attractive they are. It's like, if they don't treat you right, then you're gonna think that they're gonna look terrible.
Yeah, and you just get the ick, and once you get it, like, yeah.
So, but I mean, are people like? So you were saying that people are surprised to see how tall. Like when you show up on set, do they not know that you're that tall?
Like almost never. I like one of the first things. Oh wow, like you're really tall. Like whether it's a date, a set, collab, anything, or like whatever, anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm just like, do do you guys like not like read my
your page? Yeah.
Right. And so with my girl scene, how they did it was Bianca Bangs. She was supposed to, she's this little girl, like little skinny, like little girl. And they were trying to make her be the bully to me or pressure me into like fucking her.
Like she's intimidating you.
Right. Right. And it was like, you guys didn't like even take like 5 seconds to be like, oh, you know,
this looks kind of silly.
Right.
Well, I was going to say, does your height automatically make people think that you're more dominant?
I would assume so. Like, yeah, I would assume so. I've only had one girl scene, but like with boy girl, I don't want to be dominant unless it's a dominatrix scene. But yeah.
Well, I was going to say, because I don't know if there's a lot of like really tall male performers. Like I know there's a couple that are maybe like 6'2", 6'3".
I don't think there's any that are like super tall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because I've seen some in real life, like when I went to AVN and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, they look like they're like 5'10", you know, 5'11" maybe.
Yeah.
So you're probably there just like, how you doing, champ?
No, literally every single time I'm like, oh.
I mean, but their dick game is obviously
it's phenomenal.
Fantastic. So it makes up for it.
Right.
But.
One of my favorite dicks is like the one of them in LA. Actually, both of them are pretty short, but one of them in particular is probably like 5 or 6 inches shorter than me.
Okay.
But like the dick game is like so good.
Yep.
And I think the other one is like 5'9". So
okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't discriminate. I don't judge.
That's nice. No, again, because I think that makes that because I do think shorter men do get kind of an unfair situation that there are so many women that do not want to be with a guy who's shorter than them. Yeah, they that whole thing.
Right.
And now, granted, most women are like 5'5", 5'6", 5'7".
Right.
You're already on
the
top of them. Yeah.
Right.
So it's cool that you don't have that kind of hang up.
Right.
So short guys out there, if you got a good dick game, she'll appreciate it.
I will. I really will.
So do you like tall women too? Like, would you ever want to collab with someone who's your height?
I actually would. I would love that.
Twin Towers?
Yeah. literally the amount of times. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I tend to just collab with like men more.
Sure.
Not because like I'm anti-women or anything. I'm just like.
You just like doing boy girl more?
I'm just way into guys. Like I love men. Like
okay.
Like I love men, and like I think it's just because I've never like really fucked a woman, like unless it was that one scene. But like I've never like how everyone like experiments with their best friend. Like I've never like
you never did that. Okay.
No. So, but like lesbian porn was the first porn I watched. I remember being like in my little computer room, like
yeah.
But. Yeah, I think I just don't know what to do. So I'm like, I also don't like being eaten out.
Okay.
Yeah.
By anybody.
It's just not my thing.
Really?
It's not my thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some guys might be excited about that. Less work.
Right. Yeah. Like,
or at least there.
Right. I mean, like you just have to like be able to pound. Like that's all. Like I feel like I'm a very simple creature.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, and these guys, like these guys, and I've said this multiple times. The male performers, like the top ones, they're like athletes. They're like professional athletes in terms of their conditioning, their strength training, like.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Because they have to be able to do what they do for hours.
Right. Well, yeah, I pegged a few dudes a few times, and I understand why it's only 2 minutes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, holy shit. Like, I was like, okay, like we gotta take a break for a second. Like, this is woo. Yeah. So, yes, I think they need to get a little bit more appreciation.
Yes.
So,
so women, you don't like. So you wouldn't consider yourself like bi or anything like you just.
I think that, like, I mean, maybe, like, so my mom is, I think my mom's bisexual.
Okay.
Like, my grandma's gay.
Okay.
Like, I think it runs in the family, I guess.
Okay.
Like, I'm just totally kidding. I know that's
well,
not right.
It sounds like it's diminishing, though, because if your grandmother was gay and then your mom's in the middle and you're just, I'm really into the dudes.
Maybe fading. It all, like, wore off.
It's fading.
But I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm not going to discriminate.
No.
But I'm also like, if I was going to be on Tinder or something, I wouldn't
match with women too.
Right. Exactly.
So well, and I've heard that with when shooting girl stuff, it's if you're not really into it, it definitely affects the way the performance ends up being.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure that for your perspective, you don't want to create like half-ass content.
Yeah.
You want to be
I'm
able
like,
to,
ugh.
yeah, that you're just kind of like, I wasn't really into it, but I figured, it was a custom or it was a request or whatever.
Right.
But, but if it's like, hey, if you got plenty to do on that end.
Right.
So, but you said that your work tends to have you traveling all over. Is it mainly just in the U.S. or do you go international too?
I actually just got my passport. So
So opening up a whole new world.
I know it's crazy. I can actually the thought that I can actually like leave. Like, and I can go literally anywhere in the world.
I know.
Like that's crazy to me. But no, I have stayed in the U.S. Yeah, I just kind of travel.
Do you have any favorite cities that you like to be in?
Chicago is my all-time favorite.
Really?
I love Chicago. I love Chicago. I can't wait to buy a condo out there. Like,
yeah,
it's by far.
Well, why do you love it so much?
Well, I love the city.
Okay.
I love the city. Also, I didn't realize it was the third biggest city in the U.S.
After what, LA and New York?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't quote me on it, but like someone told me, so I'm just gonna take it as fact.
Yeah.
But
oh no, I'm sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I love it. Like everyone, the food's great. I just love everything about it.
Okay. So we got a good vibe and stuff.
The people kind of suck. Like, like I always have issues at the airport. I mean, like I feel like I always have issues at like any airport though. But
tall, busty women, come on.
Right. God, fuck.
Jeez,
And
just profile me.
No, literally, and like I wear all pink and like, and it's just they know exactly what they're doing. But yeah.
Oh, we're gonna screen you for some extra.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my God. I remember when I first started, actually, I had flown to Miami and I don't know why. I didn't know any better, but I packed all of my toys. And so it was like a lot of machines or whatever, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Anyways, I opened up my suitcase when I got to my Airbnb and there was a little note and it was like TSA had to go through this bag, like blah, blah, blah. All my dildos, everything.
I better not find shit missing.
No,
like somebody took something.
I was like, this shit would happen to me, dude. Like, but...
They see on the x-ray machine, they're like, what does she do?
No, literally. I was like, ooh, okay.
So Chicago's one of your, do you have any other favorites after Chicago? Like top 3?
I love Florida just to like go like live.
Just be? Okay.
Yeah. I would love to get a house out there.
So you'd have like summertime in Chicago, wintertime Florida?
I would more of like do home base Florida, West Florida. And then I would have a condo for work just in Chicago. And then, whenever I just want to, and then maybe Airbnb it out. I haven't really thought it through. I just like, I kind of like a gist of it.
Good thing you have a real estate background, right?
Right. Exactly. But yeah,
okay.
I just want, yeah.
So, but you love to travel.
Yeah.
Is it something that just because you love to just go to different places and see new things? And
I think it's because like I live in Denver, my apartment's in Denver, but I've been there for so long and like I want to move, but my family's there, my best friend's there, and maybe I'm making excuses, but this is like, and I also don't like to work when I'm home.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice having like a home base where I don't see anyone, I don't do anything.
You can just relax and
exactly. And like my mom's getting older and like my grandma's getting older, you know what I mean? And it's not like I'm like never there,
Yeah.
Right. And my hairstylist is there.
Yeah.
Like, so I would have to go back once a month. And it's like, and I love my apartment. Like, and all my shit's there,
Yeah.
And it's expensive to move. I was looking at moving to Vegas and they wanted $8,000. This was last year. They wanted $8,000 just to move my shit from Denver to here. I was like,
and that's not that far.
No, it's not. And I was like, okay, well, how much to just, put in a U-Haul? Like, it's gonna be $3,000. I was like,
it adds up.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
I mean, so do you see yourself no matter where you had like you would always maybe have a place in Denver as a haven in a way?
No, I think eventually I will just end up staying with my mom whenever I go over there.
Okay.
But I can't bring myself to give someone $4,000 in rent.
Yeah.
I can't look someone in the face and go, here, I'm paying for your mortgage so I can live. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to live in like a janky place either.
No. So you want to buy though. So when you
right.
move, you want it to be your place that you have equity in.
Right, exactly. And it's like, and then I can be like, oh yeah, fuck it. Like, $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Like, it's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of money. But
it's your mortgage that is your asset.
Exactly. Like exactly. Yeah.
So yeah. Well, and that's the thing is we've become such a rent. Like they're saying that I think we're at the lowest levels of new home buyers I think than we've ever had.
I believe it.
Because just home, whether it's interest rates are high now. And home prices are so high, and it's harder for people to just start buying a new place. So I definitely understand like you not wanting to rent,
right?
Because you're just paying. Yeah, as you said, you're paying somebody else's mortgage,
right?
And at the end of it, if you're there for 5 years, what do you have to show for it?
Literally nothing. Yeah.
Maybe getting a security deposit back, which
right, and we know that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
Right.
But all right. So then, where would be, because now that you have your passport, where do you have any countries or cities that you really just cannot wait to go to?
I am going to Istanbul in February, and I'm super duper excited for that.
That'll be incredible.
Right. And then I've always had, well, I'm like 1/3 German, but I've always had like this weird fascination with Germany.
Yeah.
So I want to go there. I want to go to Australia too. I want to go everywhere.
Yeah.
I want to go to as many places as I can, but those are kind of like the main places
And that's just like not work related. Like that's where you would want to go just for like a vacation.
100%.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to chill.
Yeah. Just to see it.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty, I mean, it's amazing what's out there.
100%. Like there's a whole nother world.
Well, yeah. And I think people get so bogged down with, and not to say that there's amazing places in the US. We're a big country. So it's like, there's a lot of places you can go, but to go to a different place with a completely different culture and a completely different, with a different history and all this stuff
language,
is exactly is very interesting. Like last year I went to Japan and it was an amazing experience.
Right.
So, and to be there, and especially like if you went there because you're tall and you would stand out
100%. 100%. Yeah.
But it was still, it's going places. I think traveling is very important.
Yes. Even like when I travel in like inside the US, it's crazy to see the different, not climate. Is it climate? I don't know. Like the scenery, how everything is so different. Like
geography
right. Like if you go to Florida versus Denver, it's obviously different. Yeah. But like even Connecticut to Denver, it's so different, And so when they put it into perspective, what's it called? The Europe, like Europe can fit inside the US.
Yeah, we're bigger.
Like in that is crazy to think about. So like how many countries, what I have been to, but
Imagine if each state was its own actual country. That's what Europe is essentially.
Right, exactly. And I think about that all the time. I'm like, we could literally solve so many issues if maybe we just took a break from each other.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting. Have you ever done like a long road trip?
No.
Oh, really? You're not in that? Okay.
No. No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Because that's something I've done that a few times. And it's interesting because, again, when you go to different states, and it's just the people are different in a lot of ways, not in negative ways, just different ways. So it's just, it's interesting to see how each state has its own kind of culture
100%.
Outside of itself, even though we're still all, part of the same country. So that's interesting. So is it... I was gonna your very strong reaction to it is it just you wouldn't want to be in a car? Like
it's like I would have to focus and like drive. It's just like I just have no interest in that. Like if I want to get somewhere.
What if you had a nice tour bus and somebody drove it for you?
That'd be okay. That would work? Yeah, that'd be totally fine. I just don't want
the Ariana Starr US tour?
Yes, exactly. And that would be dope. Like that would be so cool, but it's just not.
Yeah.
I mean, like 2 hours is good. Like anything over 2 hours is a little. Yeah. You're asking a little bit much.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense. Well, especially if because some people they just they don't want to be in the car so long, and
right.
And if you're with somebody, like I used to say that. If you choose the wrong person to go on a road trip with, it's like being on a bad first date for days.
Yeah.
Because you can't get away from the person.
Literally. And it's just, I also get irritated very easily.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Like by what? Like little things?
Well, just talking. I don't know. Some people just annoy me,
Okay.
like it's just.
Yeah.
Like, how are you so fucking stupid, And, but like, that's with anyone. Like, even with any boyfriend I've ever had, like, eventually, if we live together, eventually I'll like start to hate them. It's the weirdest thing. No matter what, without fail, whether it's friendships, like anything, I think I need my own space, So
I met a married couple once who they had separate homes. They were married, but they had separate homes.
Yes. I tell everyone that if I ever do it.
Which was interesting.
I tell everyone if I ever get married, that's what we have to do. And it's nothing personal. Like, it's just...
You need space.
I don't want boy stuff in my room. Like, like we can pick, like, oh, wait, whose house we was like, and that's fine. And that's fine. But like, I don't want your PlayStation on my mirror dresser.
Yeah.
Like that looks so tacky. And like right next to my unicorn and Hello Kitty stuffed animal. Like it's just not
But you want him to have his own space too, where he can have what he likes in a place that he can feel comfortable.
Exactly.
So that you're not like both having to basically give up stuff you like.
Right.
And then you're both kind of weird. It's like, I wish I could have this or of that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like literally best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, that makes sense. I mean, being attached to somebody is, you know, it can be really difficult for some people because you have the way that you live your life.
Right.
And then somebody can come along and just kind of be disruptive to that.
100%. Yeah.
So
and they usually are. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and you know, the nice thing also when you go internationally is there's so many great airlines. Like, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of our airlines aren't that high quality.
No.
At least for domestic travel, but you go internationally.
I'm excited.
You'll have like Singapore Air, Emirates, like all these amazing, you know, Turkish Airways
That's who I'm flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And they're going to blow anything that you've been out of the water.
And they're so big. Like I've never been on a plane that big. I'm so excited. I can't believe planes get that big.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited.
So do you already have the Istanbul trip like kind of already in its planning stages?
Yeah, so I'm going to get my nose done.
Okay.
So I have everything paid for. So all I had to do was really buy the flight and pay for the procedure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I get like a free boat ride like around the town,
Oh, nice.
like around the city.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really really excited. It's going to be super fun.
Well, and the thing, I mean, it's one of the most amazing cities. From like, I've never been there, but it's just because from a historical standpoint, I mean, it was at the crux of like the Roman Empire, and there's just so much there that I think it's going to be, you know, amazing. Hopefully you'll be able to, you know, the surgery won't sideline you too much. You'll be able to sightsee.
Yeah, some of my girlfriends who have gone over there and done it, they said that they were like literally fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like I don't want to say surgery capital of the world, but a lot of people go to Turkey to get surgeries.
So they have a pretty good reputation.
Oh my God, yes, like beautiful, and I think it's because they also like the U.S. in my opinion. It's hard to find a doctor who does that kind of work without you paying like $30,000.
It gets expensive.
Right. And it's like, I just can't, like I said, I can't look at you in the face and be like,
give you that money.
You know?
Yeah.
And I just also don't feel like it's the same kind of work. But yeah.
Well, and I mean, do they have really good safety precautions though for their doctors? Because
like they're all like board certified and stuff.
Good, yeah, because there are people will go to different countries to get surgeries done for way cheaper, but unfortunately, it's way more dangerous. 100%.
Like I do my research, like I do read the reviews, you know, all that stuff. I also think that if you're gonna pay a very low, like it's also like not cheap. Like it's gonna be $12,000.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap, right?
Yeah.
It's not a cheap thing. No, that's just for the surgery itself. So it's expensive, but it's. Yeah, like if I'm going to pay $5,000, you know, I mean, or even sometimes these influencers, because that's a big thing now too, is for influencers to get free surgery. If someone offers me free surgery, there's like a 9 out of 10 chance that I'm going to take
unless
it.
there's some quack or something that's like, okay, no,
right.
But if they're legit,
right? And but I've also seen so many girls botched by doing that, and I just don't. I'd rather not do.
Well, because then you spend more money fixing it.
100%, and then I think you can only get like your nose done 3 times, or it will like collapse.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. It'll cave.
Yeah, and
I think that's what happened with Michael Jackson.
Is that what happened?
Because he had so many nose jobs. Eventually, I think it just started to break down, and so but you know. So, well, you know, surgery. We can segue into the boobs.
Right.
Do some boob talk.
Let's do it.
All right. So when did you get your boob job?
August 16th, 2023.
Oh, so they just had a birthday.
He just had a birthday.
Did you do anything special for him?
No, I didn't. I should have gotten a cake, but maybe next year.
Maybe, or make a little fun like boob video as
Yeah. I totally forgot. Like the day had passed, and I was like, I feel like I got my boobs done like a year ago, and then I did.
So you started doing the work before you got. Did you already have it in your mind that you were going to get bigger boobs? Okay.
Oh yes, like I've always wanted bigger boobs since I was literally a kid.
Okay.
And I always wanted verbatim. This is what I told my surgeon. I want the big porn star boobs.
Yeah.
And he gave them to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave them to me.
So and what size are they?
They are a 36 triple D, sometimes E, sometimes an E.
Oh, and then the CCs, like how, like
800 CC.
800s. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Nice.
I want to eventually go bigger though.
Well,
Maybe.
and that was going to be a question.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because you're good starting point. So because where were you at before were you just like flat or were you?
Oh, I had saggy boobs. I had saggy. my weight used to fluctuate. So my boobs were saggy and they were maybe like a 36B maybe.
Okay, but a saggy B.
Right. And like
a sad B.
Literally. And when I look at pictures, like I literally look flat chested. So maybe I was small. I never wore a bra because I didn't need to.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I did.
So how did it feel when you first got to see your new ones? Were you just like, they're there?
Yes, I was. Yeah, yes. I was really excited. I was super happy. I was so swollen. And
they were probably tight.
Right. And just like, I'd just been stitched up and like, I was like, I'm beautiful. But like, I remember taking a picture and I'm just like, literally, like, help.
How long did it take for them to kind of come down and settle? And
I want to say probably like 6 to 8 months. I think.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. Just like fully get like the effect. I think it might've been because like they're so big, you know? Yeah. So
was it an adjustment like for your weight distribution? Like, did you like feel more top heavy when you were going? And you're like, okay, I gotta walk differently now.
Yeah. I have to notice that I'll like, hunchback a lot. Okay. So I have to like fix myself. But my grandma did the math and she said that each tit was 5 pounds.
Okay.
So yeah, so I also always just take 5 pounds off my weight on the scale because I'm like, oh, that's just titty, you know. But yeah, so I do catch myself like having to do that.
Mm-hmm. So then, what would you say so far? What your favorite thing about having huge boobs has been? The
cleavage. I love my cleavage.
Cleavage is amazing.
I love that I get like clients who are into boobs because like I was never that girl.
Yeah.
I never was like, oh my God, she has like huge tits. But now I am, and like that's what I wanted to be. Or when someone like comments on them like on how big they are, I like that. Like you know, like that was the point where someone's like, oh my God, your boobs look ridiculous. They're so big, and I'm like, babe, that's the point.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
like
that's
you are missing the whole point. Yeah, like I want them to look like not crazy, but I want them to be big and in your face,
noticeable.
Like, right, exactly.
And you know that they've been done.
Exactly. I don't want someone to be like, oh, I want someone like, oh my God, she's had her tits done. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, yeah.
So that's interesting because sometimes when a performer will get her boobs done, she might lose fans, but I feel like she'll gain fans because there's a lot of boob guys, a lot of boob fans out there.
100%. I feel like it's like you lose some to gain another, but also if they were a real fan, like. I don't know. I also feel like how many fans are really like not going to follow you because you got your boobies done.
Well, that again, I feel like you would lose fewer than you'd gain.
Right.
You'd gain more.
100%. Right. Because I feel like as long as you always upgrade yourself, whether that's a boob job, you know, keeping your teeth good, whatever that is, you're going to like, right. Exactly. Whatever makes you feel like if you're upgrading yourself, you're more expensive. In my head, that's how it like works, you know? So yeah.
Well, and because there are some aesthetics, like some people want a more natural look, some people want a more, you know, kind of a enhanced look, and that goes across the board. So like I'm gonna have I'm gonna be bringing back another guest who I've had on my show who she's got 3700s.
That's awesome.
And she's excited because she's just been going bigger and bigger and bigger, and then she like her butt, she's gotten multiple there, so she's incredible looking. Her name is Marisa Rabb. I can show you after the show. I can show you who it is. Yeah, she's amazing. She's so sweet,
right?
And
small?
Awesome. She is. I think she's a. I don't think she's not super big in terms of like tall. Like I can't remember how tall she is, but yeah, she's she puts a lot of sexiness into a good package.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah. So, but yeah, it's like, because she's got expanders. So,
right.
And I don't know, like, so you want to go bigger. Would you want to just do bigger implants, or would you go, like, do you know anything about expanders?
I've never heard of expanders.
Okay. So what it is it's an implant that they can progressively fill.
Oh.
So they put in, I think they start out with 1,000 and then they can increase them to like, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 by adding more liquid into it.
Interesting.
And so what you do is you progressively increase like maybe 100 cc's, 50 cc's, whatever your body can take, because they have to do it safely so your skin can
like stretch
and accommodate it all.
Right.
So, but there's some out there that will, I mean, you said you don't want to go too big, but.
But when I say that, like I'm tall, I feel that like these, like an 800 cc would like, like if someone was 5'9" or 4'9" or whatever, they would look insane.
Enormous. Yeah.
So I kind of want to go to like
1,500 maybe?
Right, exactly. Just so they look like
Have you seen women that you're like, they've got the kind of boobs that you want?
Yeah, like my surgeon that I want to go to, Bella Lexi, actually just went to him.
Oh, nice.
But
Okay.
yeah, he actually does a lot of the XL implants. Like he was the founder of the internal bra or something. Like
Yeah, okay.
but he does a lot of XL, like porn stars.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Is that Dr. Rivas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he's. I want to have him on the show eventually. I'd love to talk to him because he seems like just get a lot of medical.
He looks so sweet.
Well, I'm just saying, just to talk because there's plenty of plastic surgeons out there that do boobs, but because he actually specializes in these supersized that very few probably don't do.
Right, 100%.
And so it'd be interesting to say, like, one, how did you get into that, and was it just kind of a natural progression, or was it like you saw a need that there were these women that wanted these enormous boobs,
right?
And you're like, okay, well, I want to be that person that does it, the correctly, safely,
right,
so that they're not going to potentially,
hurt themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but would you say that, like, at this point, would you say they're, from a fan perspective, they're your most popular body part?
Yeah, that or my ass. Yeah. But also, again, like I've lost weight, so I don't know. Like, I don't know. But yes, my boobs for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess like I don't know. I went on. My friend went on Reddit, and there was apparently like a little post, and it was like I saw her when she first got her boobs done, and they looked like bad, blah blah. And I'm like, babe, I was literally cut open like 2 months prior. Like, what do you want from me? But I love my boobs. Yeah.
People are gonna say shit, and and people will find ways to try to scrutinize in unpleasant ways and stuff like that. So as long as you like them, and
like I have to wear them every day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it sounds like for the most part, most people have been very positive. And
100%.
Love them. Once you get into that boob sphere of fans, we're very loyal.
100%. And they love when they like feel them, like, oh, they're actually soft, and I'm like.
Well, are they saline or are they?
No, they're silicone. Okay. They're silicone. Yeah, because I didn't know when I wanted to like upgrade, so I was like, I'm just gonna be safe and do the
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's got to be a very interesting thing when you do that when you didn't have them before, and now all of a sudden you have them,
right?
And it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, because did you have to get like a whole new wardrobe and everything?
Oh my gosh, yes. I had to get like everything, but it was they were all good like reasons.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It gives you a reason to shop. You're like, hey, I have to. I can't wear my old stuff.
No, literally, yeah. It worked out great. It worked out great.
So, and do you have a favorite thing that like people do to them, in terms of like playing with them, sucking on them?
I have no feeling in my boobs.
Really?
None. Like, I mean, I can feel, but it's not like I've never been a sexual with my boobs. I'm just turning me on, but also like I don't really have much feeling in them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Was that before the surgery too?
No. I had my nipples pierced, and I felt that. So yeah.
So, and that didn't concern you when you lost feeling?
No, not really.
Really?
Don't really care. No.
I mean, I was just saying, because we do like to play with them. So
100%.
But you don't feel any, like, if it's down there. And...
Well, I think I felt someone like bite me once, but like that was obviously. But no, it's like if you like are sucking on it, it doesn't feel like anything.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate. So your nipples aren't pierced anymore?
No. Oh my God, no.
Really?
No. They fell out. Well, one fell out, and then I had one in, and I was like, okay, I'll go get the other one put back in. And then the other one fell out, and I just remember how bad that hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
Had you had them pierced for a while?
Well, this was like when I was 18. Like when I was freshly 18, I had them pierced for like 3 years. Like a hot minute. But yeah, I liked them. I can't. I just remember it hurting so fucking bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, I think that, I don't know if as they get bigger, if you just shouldn't have them, because maybe, I don't know if the nipple changes as your boobs get bigger, so that, it might affect the way that a piercing feels in there.
Well, when I got my boobs done, my surgeon, he goes, have you had your nipples pierced before? And I go, yeah. And he goes, are they still pierced? And I'm like, no, I don't wear them. And he goes, okay, because sometimes when I put the nipple back on, like we can put it on and the piercing is vertical instead of horizontal. And like I could just imagine like waking up from surgery and your nipple is just like,
you're like, well, that doesn't look right.
Yeah, right. And so I'm so happy I didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Was there a noticeable change when they were bigger that you noticed more people looking at you?
Oh,
and,
100%.
and all this stuff? Was that something that you liked?
Yes. Yes.
They're doing their job.
100%. Yes. I love to be out. I love summer just because I can dress like this.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to have to cover up for those Denver winters.
Oh my God, I
and
know.
hide everything.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because, boobs are something that it's amazing how they draw the eye almost without people realizing that they're going to look at them.
Right.
Even if you're not into big boobs, I feel like people look.
Right.
So, if you were to walk down Las Vegas Boulevard in that dress.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I'm sure I would get a lot of stares. Yeah.
But here's one of those cities where you could do that, and it probably wouldn't be that out of the ordinary.
Yeah, no, and I feel like a lot of people are dressing like this more nowadays, especially in the bigger cities. I would not dress like this if I was in Kansas or somewhere.
Yeah. You'd be a little more modest,
right? Or even Texas, I probably wouldn't dress like this. But
I think in when you go to Istanbul, you probably
God no,
you'd be a little more covered up there.
100%. Yeah, it's respect their culture. Yeah.
Well, and that's another thing too, is people when you go to a different country, it's like knowing that you should respect their what they do and how they behave.
Right.
Because people go to other countries and they think, I should just be able to behave however I want.
100%. Yeah. Very ignorant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it's I think again they look terrific.
Thank you.
And so you want to go bigger? Do you have plans when you're going to do that?
So I want to do it fairly soon. I want to say maybe the end of next year, but Dr. Rivas gets booked up fast.
Yeah.
Man. He gets booked
he's
up
one
fast.
guy.
He literally, he's one guy and he does a good fucking job.
Yeah.
So I need to figure it out. But I know I have to wait 6 months after getting my nose done. So 6, 7, 8, which I could get it. And oh my gosh, that'd be so cute. If I got them redone on their birthday, that would be so
yeah. Nice
cute.
little anniversary. Yeah.
Right. So, maybe I'll do that. But I'm not really in a terrible rush.
Well, and depending on how long the recovery is, it would be you'd probably want to make sure you had a good backlog of content that you're going to be able to release.
Exactly.
That way you don't have to worry about working for at least a few months.
Right. And even saving up and stuff still, because I'm not gonna stop getting my nails done or my lashes done because I got some new titties. So it's also being financially smart and being an adult. Yeah. Basically, Yeah.
So you're at 800s now. Do you have an idea of where you're going to go for the next step, or is it you're going to leave it up to Rivas to determine where you're going to go from there?
I'm for sure going to ask his opinion, but when I sent the email, I was telling him my goals and everything, and he said he wants to make sure that they're gonna fit first of all, which I like. I like that he genuinely cares about that. Yeah. But I'm gonna try for 1,500.
Okay. Good jump.
Probably maybe 12. But
1250 or something,
something like that. I hope I can get that big. I'm sure I could. Jumping from 800 to 1,200 is not insane.
I think I definitely probably, and I'm sure he would say this. It probably depends on the person.
Okay.
So you might say, give me the biggest you got that I can go. Yeah. That you think would be good for me. But definitely at least 1,000. At least I think 12 would be a
even 1,250. I feel like would be
something
good.
Would be a decent enough jump. So, well, Ariana, unfortunately, we are at the end of the hour. But I loved having you on the show. I thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're an amazing guest.
Thank you.
I hope that you had a good time.
I did. You were an amazing host.
Oh, thank you very much. And to all of you out there in Huge Boob Land, we will see you next time. Bye.